Chris Talk Show, tune in, don't miss every word dropping jewels, straight bliss. Chris Talk Show with a vibe legit. Take a seat, lean back, this the hit.
What's up, listeners, and welcome to another episode of the show. Let's get right into it. All right, this is a crazy one. All right, a woman who kept a teenage girl as a house slave for 25 years is now being jailed. We're going to go to Sarah for this report, and as always, I'll give you my view and my opinion at the end. Let's get right into it.
Thank you, Chris. A woman who forced a teenage girl to work as a house slave and live in squalor while subjected to 25 years of abuse has been jailed. The victim, who is now in her mid-40s, moved into the overcrowded home of Amanda Wixson, now 56, and her 10 children in 1995 and was made to remain there until she was rescued in 2021. In what was described as a Dickensian story of abuse. The woman was regularly beaten and hit with a broom handle, and had her teeth knocked out. Washing up liquid was squirted down her throat, bleach splashed on her face, and she had her head repeatedly shaved against her will. The woman, who is not being identified, said, "For 25 years, I lived in fear, control and abuse. I was treated as though my life, my freedom and my voice did not matter. Although my abuser has now been found guilty, the trauma and the nightmares are something I still carry with me every day." The court heard that food was limited by Wixson, and she lived off scraps, could not leave the house, and was forced to secretly wash at night. The family home in the Priors Park area of Tewkesbury, Gloucestershire, was overcrowded and in a squalid condition, with mold on the walls, plaster hanging off, and rubbish in the back garden. Wixson was found guilty of false imprisonment, 2 charges of requiring a person to perform forced or compulsory labor, and 4 charges of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and has been jailed for 13 years. Passing sentence Judge Ian Laurie K.C. said Wixson was in permanent denial about the impact of her offending on the woman. "You are to be punished for a series of offenses spanning 20 years. The judge said, "You cruelly and persistently held captive this woman. This false imprisonment ran from her later teens until early 40s. The enduring persistent trauma of that slavery remains. This offending was not isolated and was persistent over many years." Sam Jones, prosecuting, told the jury, "She was kept in and prevented from leaving the address, and she was assaulted and hit many times and forced to work with the threats of violence. She had been denied food and the ability to wash over many years." Gloucester Crown Court heard the woman, who has learning difficulties, had gone to stay with Wixson for a weekend after leaving her own dysfunctional family. Police went to the house in March 2021 in response to a report made by one of Wixson's sons about the woman, with officers describing the woman's bedroom as looking like a prison cell, with other bedrooms untidy and dirty. She told police, "I don't want to be here. I don't feel safe. Mandy hits me all the time. I don't like it. I haven't washed for years. She doesn't let me." The court heard social services were involved with the family in the late 1990s, but there were no records of any contact since. There were no medical records or dental records for the woman, and she had not seen a doctor in 2 decades. The lack of records from the hospital, the doctor and the dentist, or any involvement with social services for 20 years provides further support of her never being allowed to leave the house. Mr. Jones said, "By the late 1990s it appears the woman disappeared into a black hole. Not a single meeting that left a record or a single sighting of her outside the house. Like many in the house, including Wixson, the woman had lost many of her teeth due to poor dental hygiene. When she was discovered by police, her body mass index was very close to being underweight. She also had scarring to her lips and face, and large calluses on her feet and ankles from being constantly on her hands and knees cleaning floors." One neighbor described the woman as looking like something out of a concentration camp. Another saw her looking skin and bone, with a shaved head, and described seeing her being hit with a broom. Since being rescued, the woman is now living with a foster family, attending college, and has been on holidays abroad, but has suffered nightmares about her ordeal and has a constant wish to clean. Wixson denied all the charges and blamed her estranged son, Clint, for suggesting things to the woman. Edward Hollingsworth, defending, described the prosecution case as a tale of fantasy and lies, and suggested there was a childlike fantasy to the woman's allegations. "The life of Amanda Wixson was much more complicated and nuanced," he said. "Her other children were not vaccinated, not attending school, and had rotting teeth and head lice." He said they all lived in squalid conditions and the other children's bedrooms were equally as bad. As Wixon left the court, she was asked what she had to say to her victim. And she replied, "Not a lot." Asked if she was sorry. She said, "No, I never done it." Reporters asked if she was a monster, as she stopped to light a cigarette. And she replied, "Say what you think. Why would I be sorry for something I claim I had never done?" Told she could get a 10-year prison sentence. Wixon replied, "I know that. Do you think I am stupid? Do you think I don't know that?" Detective Superintendent Ian Fletcher said the abuse meted out by Wixon towards the woman was one of the worst cases he had seen in his near 30-year policing career. She was totally dehumanized. Mr. Fletcher said, "I don't think Amanda Wixon saw her as a human being. She saw her as slave to use for her own will to make her life better. And she was treated very, very differently to Amanda's own children. She was expected to live in that squalor, but also was expected to clean up and make their lives better." John Sparks, chief executive of learning disability charity MenCap, said, "The abuse and captivity the woman lived through was utterly appalling and deeply distressing. Our thoughts are with her as she continues to rebuild her life after this unimaginable ordeal. We welcome the strong sentence which goes some way to recognizing the abhorrent crime. People with a learning disability are at far higher risk of abuse, exploitation and coercion. In this case shows the devastating consequences when that vulnerability is cruelly taken advantage of." Back to you, Chris.
All right, Sarah, thank you for that report. Please drop my bomb so I can get right into this, please. All right, listeners. This episode is going to bring us to the UK and a place called, what was it? Tuknesburg, Gynister. Okay, Tukleberg, Gynister. So this is this particular situation happened in the UK. All right, so can we drop the dummy buzzer for this lady, please?
Bruh.
No, seriously, can we drop the dummy buzzer for her, please, real quick? For this lady that was holding this lady hostage. Also for the husband too. Let's drop another one for the whole family. The whole family get this. Any authorities too. Drop one for them too. I mean, I'm just being honest. Because seriously, I don't care where you live at, but like 20 years,
Bruh.
like for real,
Bruh.
nobody saw that. Even in the UK,
Bruh.
nobody saw nothing. And this was a young lady who obviously went through a whole bunch of trauma, and was definitely physically and mentally abused. I am surprised that this woman, it hasn't been reported that this woman was sexually abused. I'm surprised about that.
Bruh.
No, I really am. I'm surprised about that didn't happen. But this woman had 10 children, bro.
Bruh.
Like 10 kids. 10.
Bruh.
That's a lot to think about. 10 kids? That's a lot to think about. You understand what I'm saying? A whole lot to think about. And you asked me why did I give the whole family the dummy buzzer? Okay, so the reason why I did this, okay, except for the one kid, can we give him a mini round of applause? A mini one. He lucky he getting that. He really is.
Bruh.
No, he is. And it's the only reason I'm giving him that is because that he reported it. But the fact of the matter is this. These two adults and these children at some is my belief that at some point these children probably knew what was going on. Now if they didn't, then I take that back.
Bruh.
No, I'm dead serious. If they didn't, I'll take that back. But If any of them had any idea of what was going on and they didn't say nothing about it, I mean, come on.
Bruh.
And I would assume that they did, because if you see that this person is the only person in the house doing this, unless, and I don't know, they don't give the full story. And we did a lot of research on this to try to dig up as much as we could. That's why we gave the best report that we could of this story. But I just thought it was kind of crazy that this type of abuse was happening. And these are two Caucasians.
Bruh.
I'm just saying.
Bruh.
I'm just saying. These are two Caucasians that's doing this. That's doing this type of enslavement. When I first got wind of this story, I was like, didn't they stop? Didn't I say that? Hey, didn't I? I said, didn't they stop doing that already?
Bruh.
I'm dead serious. That's what I thought. Like we been cut that out. So like, what the hell is going on?
Bruh.
Then I find out that this is a situation that's happening in the UK. It's I mean,
Bruh.
anywhere that a situation like this is happening, it doesn't matter if it's in the UK, Africa, India, what is it, China, anywhere that a situation like this is happening, it's totally wrong, totally wrong. I hope that we can put the pictures up of the type of facility, even just the house looking like that. Looking like, now I know in different parts of the country, some houses look a little bit different, but I mean, come on.
Bruh.
If we could put the pictures up, or at least if we could get one picture of it, however we could get it up, I hope that we can. To my listeners, I hope that I can put that up for y'all, because her living arrangements was horrible. I think she would have been better living on the streets.
Bruh.
I'm just keeping it. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. But when you look at the conditions that this woman was living in, I don't think 13 years was good enough, in my opinion.
Bruh.
I just don't think 13 years was good enough. I think she should have got way more than that. Yeah, I mean, she should have got way more than that. Way more than that. I think she should have got. This is something that would be caused for like 15 or 20 to 25 years. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think.
Bruh.
That's what I think. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't hear the person in the background, but they just asked me, should there have been any type of kidnapping charges or anything like that? Should she have just got more for the kidnapping? Now, I don't think, and they didn't mention it, that there was any kidnapping charges. They did mention that this woman was, when she was a teenager, she was living in a messed up home. So she left her home and eventually went there. Now, if she would in America, that she would just probably be declared as a runaway. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, but she would still be declared as a runaway. And you have to read what it, like, you have to really listen to what it says. It says that she left her home to go to this woman's home. So when she was 16 years old, she decided that she wanted to leave her home because she thought her home wasn't what it was dysfunctional. She was already living in a dysfunctional situation. She basically went from one dysfunctional situation to another dysfunctional situation. So at some point, and this is just what I'm thinking, these people had to front like they were really good people or whatever. I don't think at that time, when this happened, that they had 10 children, but they had to have a few children when this had took place. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm thinking.
Bruh.
That's what I'm thinking. And I don't know if it really they could have kind of lured her there. I don't know. It doesn't say that they lured her there. It says that they say that she went there. So I don't know. But honestly, I don't think this woman got enough time. I think she should have got more time. And I think she got less time. And I'm not trying to say that these people are prejudiced or racist or sexist in any type of way.
Bruh.
But I think she got less time because she was a citizen there. Now in America, she would have got way more time.
Bruh.
Way more time in America. She would have got way more time. But I mean, there in the UK, I don't really have anything else to say about this. I think what this woman did was very malicious. I think it was very torturous. I also think that she deserves way more time than what the UK government is giving her. She deserves way more time. And I think she deserves way more time because of the length of the time that she did it. She should probably get freaking 10 years for every year that she kept this woman in slavery.
Bruh.
Because we're saying slavery, and they use that word so hard. Slavery. I don't think that she was being a slave, but she was definitely, in a way, not slavery. She was definitely being held hostage. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you do with somebody? Stop. What do you do with somebody that you kidnap a whole hostage? You know what I'm saying? But make them clean the house. You understand? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, what else would you like if I kidnap you and I take you hostage and you know like really what the else am I going to do with you but have you clean my house? I wouldn't trust you with my kids though. Like I don't think she was babysitting.
Bruh.
I just think she was cleaning up a lot, probably doing some yard work or something like that. You know.
Bruh.
And that's my view and that's my opinion on this particular topic. All right, drop my bomb. Thank you. I just don't think I don't. And well, at least the good part is she got taken in, and I didn't know that you could be a foster parent at with a foster child at in their 40s. Like I didn't know that, but
Bruh.
I'm not trying to make a joke, but apparently in the UK, that's all legit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all right to be 40 with a 46-year-old foster child. Why are you making it funny?
Bruh.
Anyway, I want to get out of here. Listen, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I so appreciate that. Also, check us out on all our social media platforms, and we're also we have extended it a little bit, and we're on what is this? I don't want to say it wrong. Okay, we're on TikTok now, so you can check us out at the Chris Talk Show on TikTok. Anything you want to say? No? Okay, good. Until next episode, ladies and gentlemen, stay blessed and not stressed. I will see y'all later. Peace out. Y'all have a wonderful day.